Hello, I'm Liz East. This is Lorna Baker.
Hi there.
We are talking to you, hopefully giving you some tools for those of you who are struggling with suicide and suicidal thoughts. And it's common. If you ask around, many people in their lives and even presently have had struggles with suicidal thoughts.
Yes.
And where do they come from? And it's often it is often from depression. It's one of the deep dark holes where you think actually it's easier if I'm not here anymore. But sometimes it is just those unbearable emotions, or we don't see a way out. We don't see a way out of our emotions, or we don't see a way out of a situation. And it seems to be the easy answer. And bullying is often another cause. Again, it just becomes overwhelming, unbearable. I just can't bear the weight of it. So, and even today, with the loss of hope and purpose, it's really hard. And if we don't put some tools in place, we are going to veer towards that. So we're hoping we'll just unpack just a few in these next few minutes. But maybe it's good to look at some symptoms first so that we know when we're going that way. Lorna, give us a few symptoms of suicidal thoughts.
I think some typical ones are obviously depressive symptoms. So if someone's feeling really down and really sad and they've pulled away from people and so they're isolating, which means that they're not getting input around who they are and how they're valued and how they're loved, and a sense of hopelessness, that can be a setup for beginning to look for a way out. And I think also when you start, not just the emotions, but also you start having the thoughts like life isn't worth living, or I'd be better off if I weren't here, or my family would be better off if I weren't here. And lots of people think that, but that signals that you're moving in that direction. And then you start thinking more specifically about a type of plan, how you would do it. And even to the point of where it can move into a place where you start to feel even more positive because you're starting to make plans. And so you're looking at ways to say goodbye. You're looking at ways to maybe close off some financial things or whatever it might be. And those are signs that you might need to really reach out, because if you've cut people off particularly, you're not aware of what you're doing. And so at that point, just be aware, I need to reach out and let someone else see what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling.
Yeah. And that would be a key one that we would say, reach out. Yes. Often people don't know what you're thinking. And there's a lot of shame attached to thinking. But actually you need to break that. Maybe there's shame attached to what you've done and why you're thinking this. But actually you need trusted friends that you can reach out. You can call day or night and just say, this is how I'm feeling. So, and in that, I think if you really are feeling suicidal, you need to make a commitment to them. Sometimes we even call it a plan for life, where you say, I promise, I will, if I'm feeling suicidal, I will phone this person and this person. And then there's a whole list of things. I will not think I'm of no value. I will contact my doctor, all those kind of things. But the main thing there is to stop isolating and let people know what you're thinking.
Yes, very important. Yeah. I think another thing too, in terms of a tool to help to keep us safe is really to, if you're depressed or if you're beginning to think that way, is really to go and see either a medical doctor or a psychiatrist for medication. And a lot of people are quite suspicious or negative of taking medication, but there is a time and a place for it, where when our emotions are so down, which has really impacted our thinking and our ability to see hope, is actually to have something to deal with the serotonin levels that actually allow us to get out of the very deep, sad place to be able to hope again. Then we can work with a lot of the other things. And so medication can be very key for a lot of people. And alongside that is to get some counseling with either a psychologist or a counselor to work through the feelings and the lies and the beliefs that we have, that I'm not worth it, nobody will miss me, I'm not loved, all of the things that go with feeling depressed. And so just intervening in that regard.
Yeah, that's great. Yes. And another tool would be the sort of what I would call scaffolding, the external things that will give your day and your life a little bit of purpose and shape. And so things like sleeping well, often there are sleep problems. You need to have some help perhaps to sleep well. Eating well, exercising, getting outside, spending time with friends that do you good, that make you laugh, perhaps a bit of laughter every day, and just doing things that do you good. That will give you a greater sense of purpose and hope.
Yeah. One other thing I'm thinking of too is that I mean, if you look at people who've been left behind and how devastated they are, it's not a guilt thing to ask someone to do this, but to really, for someone who is feeling suicidal, is really to weigh up, how is this going to impact my family? Because we often think, oh, they won't miss me, they'll be better off. But really, if you look at the devastation of the ones that are left behind, that's what you're going to be leaving behind. And so seeing that if they could talk to you after the fact, they would have said to you, we could have worked it through, like it was too much. There was another way. And so even considering weighing up the impact can help you to say no to attempting suicide.
Yeah, absolutely. So we can't emphasize strong enough how there is hope, there are tools, and no hole is black enough or dark enough for God to pull you out of. So if you are feeling suicidal, please reach out. There is hope, and God has a plan and purpose for you.